AITA for screwing over all the people who donated their time and money. The PTA has been planning a fundraiser for months to raise money for new cheerleader uniforms. The old uniforms are very outdated, and all the kids are excited about getting new ones, including mine. Early in the planning, I agreed that my property could be used at no cost for the event, and that I would provide all the furnishing. Other people worked hard on making items to be sold at the fundraiser. Some people spent upwards of hundreds of hours and/or dollars for the event. At a recent meeting, the football coach said the equipment was badly worn out and needed to be replaced ASAP. A vote was held, and the majority voted that this fundraiser would be for the football team instead of the cheerleaders. I was pissed. Football is always the top priority. I went above and beyond here specifically to help out the cheerleading team. My child and all their friends on the team got their hopes up only to be dashed. I told everyone my property would no longer be available for use, and they would need to find a new venue. People panicked and got very angry, including several people who voted against the change. They said my decision was equivalent to throwing all their hard work in the trash. I asked them how they thought the cheerleaders would feel. They said it was a vote, and I was acting like a dictator, that I can't overrule the will of the majority. I said they can do what they like, but not on my property. I know they won't be able to find a venue this late, especially not at an affordable price. I understand I screwed over my friends, burned bridges, and am likely going to be kicked off the PTA. I just can't bring myself to help them. Am I a spiteful a-hole? NTA. I would make it clear that the use of your property and the furnishings were your donation to the cheerleading team, as the fundraiser is no longer for this same team. Your donation is not applicable. NTA. This was a bait and switch. You agreed to having a fundraiser for the cheerleaders at your property, not the football team. NTA 1. You were doing what you were for the cheerleaders too. They are massively screwing over the cheerleaders. 3. This should never have gone for another vote. The perceived less important thing always gets screwed. 4. You were right, that's exactly how the cheerleaders would feel. 5. Let them find another venue. You were doing this for the cheerleaders. 6. Good for you. NTA. You agreed to host a fundraiser for the cheerleaders, not the football team. They changed the conditions, and they can live with the consequences. Nope. And good for you. You did all the work, but the football players need it more. Was a disgraceful move by the coach. And you don't have to go along with it. Your property, your conditions. NTA. Force the idiots to reverse their decision and give the money where it belongs. NTA. They can hold the event at the school for free. NTA. You agreed to let them use your property for a fundraiser that would directly benefit school activities that your family is involved in. It is completely delusional of others to think that you would continue to host the fundraiser when the fundraiser was altered to no longer benefit school activities that your family is involved in. Maybe they can have the fundraiser on the football field? NTA. You intended to host an event for cheerleading and not football. Now that the event priorities have changed, your space is no longer available. If they can change the reason for the fundraiser, you can decide to back out of loaning your space. Time to go commando and do a private fundraiser, because they're just gonna keep pushing the cheerleaders aside for the sports. You offered your home under the impression that they fostered, that proceeds went to the team you actually have a vested interest in. Had they stopped to think, OP is donating use of their property because they have a child in cheer, will they still have no money in going to cheer? The obvious answer there is no. Or at least you would not be at fault for backing out. It was on the PTA to say, "We put it to a vote. We want the football team to get the money. Can we still use your property? We fully understand if you say no because the football team isn't what you signed up to help." Quote, NTA. So they voted after they found out it was going to be a success. How many cheerleaders versus the football players, varsity and JV? The cheerleaders would always lose the vote. They also called for the vote after most of the work was done, leaving them with very little to do. Male athletics have always gotten the majority of funds versus female athletics. They ran a backdoor plan to get what they wanted at the expense of the cheerleaders. So wrong of them doing that. Don't blame you a bit for refusing to have it on your property with the games they are playing. It may look like an asshole move, but it's not. The agreement was fundraising for cheerleaders on your property free of cost. PTA knowingly took an vote to destroy the hopes of a team in favor of another. That's bullying. It's your property. You can do as you please and no one has the right to judge you. Edit NTA. NTA, it's your house and you can rescind the invitation if that's what you want to do. NTA's like they did a bait and switch on the cheerleaders, including your kid. Nothing wrong with you changing your mind since someone else changed their mind and moved football in from to the previously planned fundraiser for the cheerleaders. NTA. Anyone who promised support has a right to withdraw that support for whatever reason. And I don't see how it's true at all that anyone's work was thrown in the trash. All they have to do is find another venue, as you said, or find another way to sell the crafts they made, such as online. Also, whoever sells anything has the right to do whatever they want with the money, as long as they don't perpetrate any fraud on the buyer. NTA, you organized for a cheerleader fundraiser. The football team can do their own fundraiser. It was a bait and switch, and these are the consequences for shady adults. NTA. They changed the agreement. You changed your contribution. They don't have the right to volunteer your property. NTA. I do not understand why more people who contributed to the cheerleaders did not stand up with you over the bait and switch. Changing the purpose of a fundraiser after months of planning is abhorrent. NTA. But if you really want to be petty, say you will allow it for a hefty sum and donate that to the cheerleaders.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.